Hey yo there, what do you hear? What do you say? Sandkazer here, and today I'd like to talk about probably the most important revelation, realization, I don't know what you want to call it, that I've had. And I suppose it can be best be illustrated by a very, very well known movie in the 90s. It's a mobster movie, actually. I'm a big fan of them. And this particular movie is called A Bronx's Tale. And A Bronx's Tale is basically all about like this person who's sort of divided in between uh, being loyal to like his father and this charismatic crime boss, right? And the crime boss, like the don, the head, whatever you want to call him, right? He has like this line that he repeats throughout the movie, and it's just two words, and it's a very, very, very simple two words, right? And it's almost trivial when you say it out loud, right? And the two words are nobody cares. Nobody cares about the fact that I don't know, you pissed your pants like 12 years ago, right? Nobody cares about the fact that, like, I don't know, you went in front of a stage and you stuttered. Nobody cares about the fact that you failed your exams or whatever you think, right? You think that these things are important in the now. You think they're like massively important. You think they're life changing, right? But the realization that you should have, right? And I hope you get it, right? Is that at the end of the day, nobody cares. And even if they did care, who cares, right? All that matters is you have your goals, you have your priorities, you have your dream, you have your whatever, the things that you have your it, right? And everyone has a different it, right? For some people, it might be being a father. For some people, it might be getting a business. For some people, it might be making a book. For some people, it might be making tables or wood crafting or being a handyman or whatever it may be, right? Just the thing that makes you want to get out of bed, the thing that makes you animated, the thing that makes you glad that you were born, right? Everyone has that, right? And when it comes to that, and when it comes to you achieving that, right, you shouldn't let anyone get in your way, right? Because really, right, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about. I mean, it's sort of like a double-edged sword because nobody cares about like the reasons as to why you lose or the reasons as to why you win, right? They just care about the fact that you do win, right? So, for example, let's say you fail university, right? This is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, I'm really worried about the fact that what if I do fail, right? Because it's a live possibility, right? I have a lot of exams upcoming, right? And it's within the realm of possibility that I might not be able to win, right? Um, and I just realized that even if I don't, okay, does that mean that the year was wasted? Absolutely not. I met some amazing people. I got my own room for the first time. I lived away from home. I got like all these amazing resources. As a result of the money I've gotten so many more books, right? And I've enjoyed myself. I've had fun, right? And I just want you to realize that it doesn't matter, right? Nobody cares, right? Because let's say, right, you do fail university, right? Let's say you do fail like whatever goal that you're doing right now. Let's say you like lose your job, whatever, right? Who cares, right? At the end of the day, all you have to do is just get back up, get back on the horse, and try something else, right? That's all you can do, right? Just try something else. Just see what else works, right? See what else gets you passionate. See what else gets you moving, right? And I just I don't know why it took me so long to take this realization. I don't know why it's taken me so long to realize that it really doesn't matter, right? I have a bunch of habits and a bunch of vices that I wish I could get rid of. That I really wish I could like no longer do them, right? And I don't for a lot of them, right? I still do the same things. I still get annoyed with myself. I still listen to this particular podcast or this particular view when I really shouldn't, right? It just doesn't get me anywhere, right? But I do it anyway, right? And I've realized that it's being disciplined, like being sort of like focused, like being the sort of person who can actually achieve your dreams. It isn't about self-denial, right? It's not about denying who you are or denying like your desires or whatever it may be, right? It's about accepting who you are, right? It's accepting the kind of person you want to be. Just think about like, okay, why do you procrastinate, right? For you, it might be a bunch of reasons. For me, the main reason as to why is so that I can avoid thinking about the future, right? I can sort of avoid thinking about, this or that given action, and I can just basically just sort of like, if for a little while at least, I can forget about the predicament I'm in, right? But the thing is that I would just constantly feel like a huge amount of like self-loathing as a result of this, right? But why, right? It's a normal part of us, right? Everyone has like that aspect of themselves. Everyone has that part of themselves, right? Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. So yeah, just realize that, right? Internalize it. The image that you can see in front of you is it's like an avatar of a very famous internet personality called Mr. Medica, right? And he sort of exemplifies the sort of attitude I think that a lot of people should take, right? Just enjoy yourself, right? Enjoy yourself. Don't take things too seriously. Don't take life too seriously, because what good does it do you, right? Just sort of like being like miserable and angry and so invested in like these minute dramas that don't matter, right? So for example, I don't know anything about rap, right? I barely know any rap songs. I don't know anything at all about rap. I barely listen to any Drake songs. I barely listen to any Kendrick Lamar songs. But I know that there's a beef between the two. There's like a diss track. I went on Reddit and it's all everyone's talking about, saying, oh, Drake destroyed him or Kendrick Lamar buried him. Who cares, right? Who cares, right? Honestly, I don't even understand why I was looking into this. I have no idea what I could possibly gain by looking into this information. I'm not invested in this. I don't care either way. I don't care about the outcome. If Drake wins, who cares? If Lamar wins, who cares? What difference does it make to me? How does it benefit me in any way, shape, or form, right? I have no sentiment towards these two people. So, and yet here I am, right? Scrolling and 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 watching these people, even though I have no investment at all, right? And I'm just watching it because everyone else is, right? It's ridiculous when you think about it, right? So, for example, like when I was in school, I remember in the cafeteria, one of the kids broke a plate, right? And everyone just started clapping for some reason, right? They just started just doing that for some bloody reason, right? And the worst part was I did it as well, right? I started clapping, right? And there was a teacher like next to me, and he just looked at me, and he looked mildly like annoyed, disappointed, I suppose you could say, and he's just like, don't do that, you're better than that. And I realized that why had I done this, right? The only reason as to why I had done it is because everyone else was doing it, right? Everyone else is doing it, so therefore I should do it. When did I become such a sheep, right? When did I become like someone who would like be so like, I don't know, like, you know, like amenable to like other people's like, you know, whims and desires? I don't know. It's just, you have like your perception of yourself, but like you find out through your actions that your perceptions of yourself just is not accurate at all, right? And I don't know. It's just weird to think about that. I have so many desires. I have so many things I want to do. And this realization that nobody cares, right? It's probably the only reason as to why I really started doing YouTube, right? I'm still nervous about telling like other people about my YouTube channel. I give them like excuses like, you know, I don't want people to see my content, you know, I'm not really proud of it, etc., etc. But I think the real reason is because I want to keep it to myself, right? I don't really like showing off. I don't really like showing off like to other people. It's just not really like who I am. It's not really my sort of thing. I just want to keep this to myself for a little while longer. I don't know. I think a good and bad thing is I have like an extreme like belief that things will work out in the end, right? So I think this YouTube channel will pop off, right? I think I'm gonna have 10k subscribers by the end of the year. I mean, it's insanely unlikely, right? All things considered, right? Right now, I'm like, it's nearly like halfway there, and I haven't even cracked 100, right? But to hell with it, man. Like, who the fuck can say you can't be ambitious, huh? No one, right? So I'm going to be ambitious. I'm gonna try, because why not? Nobody cares, right? Anyway, this is Sam Kazra logging off.